Hey guys, Mo here, and I'm so sorry I haven't been around the last few weeks. There have been just a lot of moving parts, including myself being sick, and a few little emergencies that have taken place that have put my video vlogs on the back burner for a little bit. But I'm thrilled to be back, and thank you for your patience and thank you for watching. I know I have a small following right now, and I'm just greatly appreciative of the small following I have. And so let's just get into this today. It's so good to see your face, first and foremost, and a slight reminder that there is more to your life than what depicts the eye. So never give up on yourself, okay? Never give up on yourself and your dreams and your ambitions and what brings you joy, okay? Because you are worth it. Trust me, you are worth it. Now, normally, I don't have this little guy in my ear, and you can hear me better with my bigger microphone, which is actually behind me. But I am still recovering a little bit from being sick and then using my voice a lot recently. So I wanted to be a little bit more quiet today than I normally am and not speak so loudly because my throat has been hurting me and getting scratchy again, and so I don't want that to happen. Okay, so here is the quote that has been on my mind for a few days. Are you ready? Jot it down, and I'll say it twice, okay? Let go. Letting go, not let go, but letting go, is to release the images and emotions, the grudges and the fears, the clinginess and disappointments of the past that bind our spirit. Letting go is to release the images and emotions, the grudges and fears, the clinginess and disappointments of the past that bind our spirit. Now, the reason this is super important to me is because there has been a few life changes recently that really have helped me recognize how much I love myself. And so I might get a little emotional because I realized recently how much I love myself today than I have ever had my whole life. Now, some of you may know I used to be a sex addict. I also was in the porn industry. I also was a survivor of sex trafficking because of my naive decisions in my 20s. I'm also a survivor of rape and other traumatic sexual abuse. Okay. So it was really easy for me just to use sex for a long time as just like an outlet of love and not really recognizing what it really meant. It was just a way for me to get my emotions out there and then hide them again. But about 5 years ago, I recognized I had a problem because what happened? I was in the hospital. And what happened in the hospital truly should have died, but the good old spirit and the universe gave me another shot. And I didn't want to waste that shot. And 6 months later, I got pregnant. And 9 months after that, I had my beautiful baby girl. Everything happens for a reason. All right. And that in itself, in those last 3.5 years, almost 4 years now, has taught me a lot about loving another person, about her love towards me, about affection, about motherhood, about patience. It has also taught me how to overcome postpartum depression and overcome my own fears. But the last year, I've had a lot of healing. I took this year for myself. Now, for a lot, and for some out there, taking a year to myself, leaving my marriage, leaving California, moving across country with a car, 2 dogs, a toddler, and what I could grab would look very selfish. I don't see it that way, and I never will. I will never see it as a selfish thing. I see it as I saw what the only thing I felt that I could do for me at the time. I felt like there wasn't any other options. I felt lost. I felt hurt. I felt emotionally abused. And the only acceptable action I felt like I could take was an extreme one, which was pack up the car and drive to North Carolina and start over. And I did so. It wasn't easy, and it was scary, but I did so. In that time, I've gotten in a wonderful place of learning who I am, my purpose in life, who I'm supposed to be. And for the longest time, I really pushed that I'm a life coach, okay? That I'm a brain coach. And that's what I worked up to be. But in the last 6-ish months, I recognized it's not about being a life coach. It's not even about being a brain coach. It's about being a transformational coach. You see, your past doesn't define you, but it can give you lessons to be learned to help your present and your future. Am I right? Okay. I look at my past as an adventure. I do. My 20s were hot. Okay? They were. I had a little bit of fame. I had followers. I had fans. I had people worship the ground I walked on. Men worship the ground I walked on. I felt like I was on cloud 9. I was in my 20s. I was hot. To me, I knew I had a sexy body, and I wasn't afraid to use that for my own good. Sue me. But the biggest thing is, I didn't know what love was. I didn't know what it meant to love myself. So I might have had all these glamorous things and clothes and travels and people I thought were friends, which come to find out weren't friends at all. They used me as much as I used them for social status. And I learned how much I had no love for myself. I didn't even respect myself. I used partying and drinking and going out and having one-night stands as my outlet of peace, but never actually learning what stability was. And I have broken a lot of hearts over the years. And I'm sure there's a viewer out there who's like, well, you also broke your husband's heart. Well, you're not wrong. But also, my ex-husband and I have a beautiful friendship. We've known each other since in high school. We have a beautiful kid together, and now that we both have grown up, we also recognize how much we've grown apart, and we are not the same. So yes, we've also broke each other's hearts, but at the same time, I would never put a stale negativity towards my ex, towards that marriage. Not once. Truly. We had a lot of life lessons to learn. And one of the life lessons we learned along the way is we simply were just toxic for each other. Our energies didn't match. So we were constantly doing this. Just, okay? So move on. Thank you. So, what's happened in the last few weeks? Well, in the last few weeks, a lot of big things have happened. For one, the collaboration book that I've been working on since May made it to international bestseller. Awesome. 2, I just signed to do a national radio show starting in October. Whoa. And those are big moves, right? But that honestly wasn't the biggest move for me. What? That wasn't like confetti, popping champagne? No, it wasn't. The biggest move for me in the last couple of weeks was the simple thing of re-signing my lease to my house, my oasis. Now, I think I mentioned before, when I walked into this house a year ago, so it's been over a year now, I felt like it was home. I walked in that door and I was like, this is my oasis. This is where I want to grow. The view of the lake, the backyard. This is where I want to be. This is home. It was my first time ever looking into a house and not feeling the stresses of it being temporary. I looked at that house and was like, this isn't temporary. This is home. This is my oasis. And so recently I re-signed my lease. And it just, emotions just consumed me in that day. So I re-signed my lease. I get in my car and I drive off and I just start sobbing. Genuinely just sobbing. Because I recognize that that space that's mine is mine and still mine for another year. That this is home. That I still get to go home to my home. Now, granted, the one downside of my home, it's a one bathroom. There's one bathroom for a toddler and I. So, and like any toddler, when you need to go potty, they need to go potty too. So, that's kind of like the moment. But it's a beautiful roof. It's a small roof, but it's a beautiful roof. And for me, it is my castle. For me, it is my mansion. For me, it is my home. I get home and I'm just like, I just melt into my house. Melt. So now, every time my lease, I also want to spend a little bit more time in my house. So I've been managing that on my lunch hour. I try to get home for lunch, enjoy my deck, eat lunch outside. It's been really beautiful up here weather-wise. And so, and in that time, I've also been doing a little bit more reflection and meditation. For the first time doing reflection, I can genuinely feel my love for myself. I can genuinely feel that I'm okay being alone. That I am okay loving myself. I've gotten to a point where when I go to bed at night, I'm going to bed with this overwhelming relaxation of recognizing that I am who I'm supposed to be and my purpose is being driven out every single day with the actions I take as a transformational coach. Mo life is my heart, my soul, my DNA, and it's just getting started. And the more I trust the universe, the more I look at my reality, not in the tunnel vision that is so easy for all of us to do, is to get into our tunnel vision, into our routine, into who's already in our life and staying in that tunnel. But taking down those walls, okay, and looking at my reality every day. Looking at every part of my surrounding every single day has helped me recognize not only who I am as a woman, who I am as a mother, who I am as a co-parent, who I am as an ex. But it's also helped me get to a wonderful place where I have put forth the energies to forgive myself. There'll be a time in your life, whether you've been there already or not, where you are going to feel broken, where you are going to feel like you can't trust anybody or even your surrounding. And it's a really hard place to be. But what's even harder in this moment of brokenness, in this moment of finding your identity, figuring out who you are, is those who surround you. Because in the moment that you're already broken and you're already going through the motions of transforming and rebuilding and renewing and rejuvenating and even reincarnating your life, the people around you, some of which you have always thought would be there for you, will most likely walk away because they don't see who you are anymore. They don't care. They're not excited. Or they're not excited to be around you. Or they look at you and blame you. Blame you for your mistakes, for your past. They blame you. And because they blame you, they don't want to be around you anymore. So while you're broken, while you're figuring yourself out, while you're hurting inside, your surroundings start to change too. Your peers start to change. Transitions and transformations begin to surround you in unique ways, whether it's old friends, new friends, or recognizing what friends are always going to be there for you, and family that's always going to be there for you. Things start to really change. And why I say this, and why this is important, is you can't allow those changes to affect you to a point where this is going to hold a grudge or hold weight on your back into your future, into your transformation, your identity, your self-worth. You can't let that hold you back. You just can't. Because the moment you allow that to hold, to add weight to your back, the moment you allow that weight to hold on your back is also the moment you will second guess your actions of change. You will second guess yourself. You will second guess your love to yourself. You'll second guess your identity to self. You may even say, you know, that person I was, they weren't that bad. Yeah, they weren't that bad. I can, yeah, they weren't that bad. Stop it. If you trust the universe and you trust the path you are on and you trust your transformation, you will be surprised not only who is going to be sticking next to you, but you'll also be surprised who walks into your life. Combo the two. Once you release and let go the toxicities, you will be overwhelmed with the love and support. My community today is very different from a year ago. It's very different from 2 years ago. It's very different from 5 years ago. My community right now in this present is so different than even 6 months ago. And that's because I have put a lot of time and effort and mindset to recognize and allow the universe to walk me through my own transitions for myself, to allow myself to be okay with loving myself. That's key. Love yourself. Being okay to love yourself and recognize it's not a selfish act. It is not a selfish act to love yourself first. Hands down. Do I come first? Yes. Does my daughter come second? Yes. Everyone else comes third? Yes. Although my sister Brittany may say otherwise, she still believes that she's right there with my daughter at number 2. And she may not be wrong. But once you allowed yourself to be okay with taking selfish acts that better your mind, better yourself, better your surroundings, better your atmosphere, your community, there is going to be such this most beautiful release of energies and empowerment all in one. And I can't wait to get you there. I genuinely cannot wait to get you there. I can't wait to sit down and get you through your 6 or 8 week program with me, and we can get you to that place of, oh, this is me. This is me. This is who I want to be. This is who I am. This is me. Because once you get there, sleep is heavenly. Taking care of yourself is just part of your routine. It's not a guilt. And most importantly, you forgive and let go of individuals who feel like they should have been there. They should have been there. Because there's a moment you're just like, they should be here. Why are they not here for me? Why? I've done everything for them. I've done A through Z for them for years, and they're not even freaking here for me. Well, fuck it. When you let that go, you let that anger go, you realize, you know what? I'm not sorry that they've walked away, and I'm recognizing that they can only see me as an individual of my past instead of my present day. and you can let that go, there's another form of self-love that just consumes you. And this happened recently for me. When I had to re-sign my lease and decide to spend another year in my house, I had an overwhelming energy of self-love and realization. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is who I'm supposed to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is my moment. And in that moment, I even recognized the self-love I have for myself. How much I love the individual I have become. Excuse me. Yeah, I burped. And I did it again. But also, I recognized how much I have grown. How much I have grown to be a better example for my kiddo. To be a better example as a friend. To be a better example for you as your transformational coach. And a better example for my family. It's pretty powerful. And I can't wait to get you there. So what's today's lesson? If we let go of our fears, our emotions, our grudges, if we let go of the individual that we thought we were, and we allow the universe and we allow our reality to not be in tunnel vision, to genuinely see a 180. Some of us are lucky enough to see a 360. We can get to a place that is not only full of empowering self-love for self, but for love of every part of our life. And with love comes appreciation. And with appreciation comes empowerment. And with empowerment comes this moment of, fuck yes, I am who I am. And no one's going to tell me otherwise. And that is fabulous. Let's get you there. You can do it too. I don't care your age. We can get there whenever. I didn't have my wake up until I was almost 26 years old. And even then, it took me 2 years to even decide to be a life coach. And even by then, it took me another year and a half before I decided I don't want to be just a life coach. I want to be something more. My identity is more than just a life coach. And that's when my path as a transformational coach started to come into play. And when I decided that, what has happened? A book deal, international book, awesome. Another book deal for 2021, a national radio show, and I'm a partner to this amazing clinic called Modern Mind and Body Clinics. All because I released, let go, and trusted in my surroundings, in my universe, in my energies, in my God, in my faith, and whoa. Influencers aren't crazy when they say when you let go and you release and you trust, beautiful things happen. Because they do. And I'm here to help you. Because what does Mo Life do? I bring a customizable formula, curriculum, program, however you want to see it, that's specific to your needs and your mindset to help you grow, to help you transform. Thank you all. Have a beautiful day. Bye.